Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another TCH Live from Dallas, Texas. I'm Eric Van Loosen, and joining me remotely from Austin, Texas is our boy Aaron Money McAvoy. We were on stream last night for the finale of the Trailblazer Tour, but we just got good old cash stream tonight, so stay tuned for an exciting night. Aaron, you awake and alive after that long one last night.
I can't quite tell if I'm still dreaming or if I'm awake, but yeah, it feels like we're just looking at the same table again, or a very similar table anyways, from this view. But we're right back at it, and I'm excited to be here with you. We got, of course, 5, 10 and a quarter out of Dallas. Bobby here buying in for 4K, everybody else in for 5, and it looks like we're starting 7-handed with a couple players on the way.
Awesome. Well, looking forward to it, guys. Have fun in the chat tonight. We will be here for a good 5 hours, and we're going to start it off with 7 players. We got 2 guys that are going to be coming just a little bit late, but going to be a fun one. Great lineup tonight. Great job, Mallory, putting this together, and we're going to get started with a PLO flip, like for $100.
Yeah, so let's take a peek here. We got Z World joining us. We got JD over in the 9 seat today, sporting a Gators hat, looks like. Scott over there in the 8 seat, sporting the Big Gay Owl figure.
Heck yeah.
Let's go.
And let's go ahead and do our first flip of the night.
Oh, I got a 10. I got a 10.
Spades out there,
Oh,
but
I got 2 pairs.
nobody has spades in hand, so we're going to go ahead and ship it with a wheel.
Who got a wheel?
I didn't even see it straight out there. I was like, there's no straight out there.
I got
All right, Scott and Big Gay Owl coming in for a $600 win right off the bat.
I got that figured out yet. Volume, yeah.
All right, big dub for Scott, Big Gay out there.
What's up, Danny? How's work?
Lets us know we're going to have a super live stream.
I keep falling behind, so I
Totally.
decided to take a break from poker and just focus on that. It's been required in another company.
Got the return of Danny Marks in the 1 seat. Haven't seen Danny in a hot minute. Glad to see him back. Of course, the young buck, Z World, back in the 2 seat.
And I presume that I know who David is in the 3, but...
Yes, you do. Yeah, you'll recognize him when you see him. David Benitez.
Oh, okay.
Charlotte email. 10X. Remember that was the thing? Yeah, it used to be the old thing. Yeah.
Always wears the Sunny D hat.
Or 5X.
You ain't wear them all if you don't win the first one, D.
Let me have it one time.
Not sure if he still drinks the Sunny D, but he reps the hat.
Hey, you got position. What do you want? Jeez.
All right, fine.
All right, Bobby calls out of the small blind with the ace-9 offsuit and heads up against the same hand for Z Fish. Flop ace high.
It's hard to explain.
Kiss them goodbye.
They gone? Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bitten off more than I can chew. But
Bobby already waving goodbye to chips.
I don't know if you're keeping up with all the new content coming out.
Better card here on the turn for Bobby than for Z Fish, but Bobby checks it over. Z Fish will bet again. Double flush draw on board does make sense to continue firing.
Saying, I done told everybody. That's fair,
You
right?
make it, Danny, and then eventually you'll just...
I put another 10
My
on.
boss is too smart for that.
Boom.
Oh, baby.
Anymore.
Check.
Ace.
Ace.
Chop it up.
Yeah.
Man, why do you waste my time?
Hand number 1, cash hand, and we get a chop. Everybody loves a chop.
Move to be folded, bro.
What's going on? Khalil in the chat, and of course Poker Monkey and Brad. How y'all doing? And David joining us. Thank y'all for tuning in. Yeah, Aaron and I were doing the Austin live stream last night. Aaron, what time did we finish? Was it around 2:30?
It was right at 2, actually.
Okay.
So by the time, yeah, our brains probably recombobulated and we got in our cars and whatever, it was a little after that. But yeah, I think they agreed to the deal and we sort of announced everything pretty much bang on 2 a.m. here Central Time.
Yeah, so we were live streaming last night for the Trailblazer season finale. 83,000 and 66,000 were the two top prizes. But yeah, we didn't get out of here till really close to 3 a.m.
Payday loan.
And here we are back again for a fun night. Looking forward to it, though.
You're not 21 yet, right? You can't play the series?
No, just turned 21.
Heck yeah, Ryan.
For the name this year?
Gonna be a fun stream. Come on. No, David, they did a chop, and TM did not win. He took a little bit extra money from the second place prize. Got like a $7,000 bump.
Hey, we haven't been doing that yet.
I should have. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, we don't have to kick that dead horse any longer. I'm sure plenty of people are going to be commenting about it, talking to TM, whatever. So we don't need to go into it too much. But yeah, it was a little bit one-sided there, I'll just say, as far as the deal went. Top pair here for Bobby. Danny has bricked the flop, does have 3 to a flush and sort of 3 to a straight.
What'd you start with?
4,000. 5, 10, but they were like 12, 25, so 5, 10, 25. I feel like OFC and stuff. I was just like, I've done it a couple times, but like,
And yeah, with the SPR, what it is, this is pretty much a spot where when Bobby raises,
you just flat?
you just kind of have to let it go. It sucks because
Yeah, you don't strike me as one that folds. Am I wrong?
He just said, does he raise or does he just flat? Danny's like, do I have another option? Well, here we
I'm a
go.
man of my word. I wanted to get the other one.
All right.
check, check. Then on the turn, Bobby happy to get to showdown as is, seemingly. And I was going to say, if you're going to check the turn, why on earth would you bet the jack of diamonds on the end? Very curious that he doesn't bet the turn while the flush draw is live, but does not get another bet out of Danny, but does shift off.
And I've never played with you, so not it would matter because I'm just a little bitch. But
yeah, he doesn't know Bobby yet.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting. I didn't know that Danny and Bobby hadn't played together. I assume they had.
I'm like, I
Are you from Dallas?
didn't even know me.
You from Dallas, Bobby?
No,
I think it flushed. I think I
Flying for the
saw
game?
it participate.
I drove in from Keller.
Nope.
You know where Keller is at? You don't know where Keller's at?
Oh, Keller, yeah.
Keller.
Keller, yes. Killa, no.
Kella. the Keller Kella. Bobby is the Keller Kella. Yeah, he made sure he doesn't claim Dallas. He wanted us to know.
On the internet, huh? Yeah. Jeez.
Closer over there to the F-dub. They will for sure let you know they are not from Dallas. They are from Fort Worth.
Bobby
seeing-
with 6 triz.
Oh, getting after it there. I was just seeing JD's hat. He's got the national champion Florida Gators hat.
Danny, are you going to get fired?
So
I don't think so.
Oh,
it showed the
I
8 of
thought I
clubs
would,
being
but
burned, and it also shows it in Scott's hand.
I know.
So that card must have been exposed, got scanned, and is now incorrectly
Part of me
being
wonders,
attributed to
So
Scott's
much,
I
hand.
guess I'm not even close. He just wants me to be like,
So he must have
Hey, you never did
This is a hard thing. This is what I was saying.
must have ended up with,
like what potential?
I think it was the ace of spades.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, technically.
He got a little upgrade there.
Yeah, sure did.
Like his goal is to keep the company really small so we can all make a lot of money.
Brett Schaefer joining us saying Z World, let's go. Got some Z World fans.
I'm just saying, you said. And then
Those that don't know, that is Zach Castro. Goes by Z World. Follow him on the socials at Z World Poker. He's been putting out some cool content lately, as he's been on a pretty good sun run to close out last year and to start this year.
Hey, how's it going? I get 2 others, please.
See, I knew you was going to do that. Walked right into my trap.
I know.
So Bobby limps the hijack. JD is like, I don't know what this is. And Button raises the 7-3-0. Maybe JD is trying to get on Hustler live stream or something.
He might be.
Need some tape to show him. Oh yeah, I play random shit.
And he gets just blasted by Z-Fish here.
Just like that. So easy.
Well, once I get respect.
I should have ripped it right over the top of you. Let's go.
I respect you, buddy.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you. JD, real deal, buddy.
Well, you knew JD didn't have anything. Everybody knew that.
Doesn't take much to get JD off a 7-3-0.
Sure does help.
How's your work going?
Good.
Same old?
Busy. I've been working a lot lately.
Oh,
Having to go in the
I have
office.
not
Like,
looked.
You have to go in?
yeah. Finally.
All right, cutoff open with the ace-9.
Now, I
Pretty
think you have
significant
something.
upgrade
But
over
different
the
color.
7-3 here for JD. Bobby, though, with 2 threes,
Yeah, that was nice.
wants to see a flop.
You tried to warn me not to raise.
That's meaningful.
Bobby doesn't mind this flop, not going to mind this turn either. Still with overcards and a gut shot for JD. Could go either way. If you're going to bet, you have to bet big. And when you have reasonable equity and showdown value with the ace high, you don't really need to blast off. Something like Jack-9, much more inclined to go for the big bet on the turn.
What's that?
This is how you play in
This is
Cal?
how we play up in Kella.
Oh, man.
That's right.
Invite her in. Are you playing cash also? Like locally or?
But really, it's just been a lot.
No ladies on the stream tonight, just Miss Dina in the box there.
Our little
So
room didn't last long.
she's going to be surrounded by these crazy guys that we like to watch blast off chips. We're going to have 2 more join us here shortly. I believe it's Spooky and John H. I know Spooky's played on our stream before, as well as some other streams down in Austin, so y'all will probably recognize him.
We had a little bumper game there. He was coming in to play this part around. And so I picked his brain a little bit. And
You're the only guy I know with inside info.
he said that he thought the, well, you know,
Semi-private.
Tarrant County has already made that move once before.
Remember Charlie?
Not much here for Scott or JD.
Every Sunday,
But they were allowing
That gut shot on the bottom end.
everyone's gonna be out.
I mean, it's hard to
But
understand
a
the
turned flush draw for JD, and that could change things quite a bit as far as his outlook for winning the hand is concerned. Bobby going to bet 300 into 465 after checking the flop, and JD will make the call. Heads up to a river, and bingo. Another spade, backdoor flush for JD.
Yeah, fortunate for Bobby, it didn't complete a straight or give him, you know, a king top pair here, so he can get away from this. But
yeah, queen of spades would have been absolutely savage.
that was the card I thought the poker gods were going to grace us with, but maybe it's too early for that kind of carnage.
I missed. I missed. Show the bluff, bro. Come on, go for the game.
Show the bluff, man.
You can't
No
show it.
bluff.
Don't be shy.
JD
You
doesn't
can't-
bluff.
You would have showed it if you could. But you can't. You couldn't.
But I'm not sure what I'll play.
But anyway, so he thinks that that little game room, little room down in Fort Worth, ratted him out somehow. Said they're running tournaments up there. That was the only difference that they were running tournaments. And that's the same thing they said about Watauga when they shut them down. Is that they don't want you running tournaments because you take an administration fee. Which everybody else in the world is doing it.
They don't want you running tournaments.
Because you take your fee for that. Whereas in cash, you don't. And you know, from county, city to city, they make up their own interpretation. It comes all.
Yeah.
I wasn't being the best.
I think
Pretty wild, the whole like legalese of trying to do poker correctly and by the book and whatever. I mean, the fact that live poker here in Texas has been thriving with established businesses, brick and mortar, like with business licenses and everything, for like 4 or 5 years now.
Yep.
And there are still cities and counties that are like, listen, we're going to interpret the law such that, like, you guys are whatever, casinos or something, money laundering, whatever the hell that nonsense they come up with to try to run people out. I think it's honestly just extortion is really what it is. They're trying to get them to pony up and whatever to, you know, play the game. But it's just ridiculous. It's like if it's really the law, then the state would have done something about it, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
they would come in from the Capitol and shut you down and make an example out of you, and you know, it would be a whole dog and pony show. That hasn't happened. In fact, we've had the state attorney general touring our facility here in Austin, hanging out, having a good time. So no, it's ridiculous that they're still trying to shake down poker establishments in these different municipalities and such.
I did see a first card, maybe misread error of the night. We'll have to keep track. Z-Fish clearly was not folding kings last hand, so we'll keep an eye on that. Speaking of last week, Brandon Wilkins joining us. What's going on, man? I don't know, man.
A lot. They're a lot worse. Infinitely worse. I mean, look at these guys. Have you seen these guys? They're terrible.
Tell you what, we don't have a lot of golf pros here at the table, though. That's for sure.
Well, those guys are good.
But if they're so bad they might bust, we might have a seat open for you later, man. So stay tuned, Brandon. We definitely had a fun time commentating last week.
When do we not have a fun time? That's
It's been fun. Makes us come back every week. I can't remember one where I just thought, man, that was a snooze fest.
I mean, I think we have had one like here and there, right? It's pretty rare though when everyone's just card dead, like the whole table, and it's just like raise and take it the whole night. But yeah, it's not what I expect for this evening's entertainment.
You thought I'd get here, but you wanted to go tilt first.
There is Mr. Spooky coming in.
Oh, we forgot to draw.
And the lovely Miss Mallory getting him his seat.
Yeah. Wait, Preston?
Spooky. How are you doing, Spooky? Good to see you, buddy.
Why they call you Spooky?
Did they finally get that electricity out of your body?
Yeah, no, man. It's still running hot.
All right.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Spooky runs a haunted house. Interesting. Okay. Handsome Andy. Van Sleazy. Is that
right.
Is that a nickname?
I mean,
you ever gone by?
Mark Wee likes to call me Sleazy E. Anytime you grow up with, the name Eric, Easy E's name was Eric, so you get Easy E as a nickname, but, I've been Sleazy E. Now it's Van Sleazy. I will not confirm nor deny whether I'm still engaged in the sleaze.
I'll take the over.
Yeah, I've been called worse. We'll just say that. But yeah, I didn't know that about Spooky either. So, runs a haunted house. Looks like he's got it on the hoodie he's rocking.
I got a job. I've been working a lot.
All right, Z-Fish did not fold the ace-king. He raised the ace-king. I was going to say we either have another misread or the action is incorrect. It's going to be a miniature 3-bet here from Scott on the button.
It's not my business, but it's a small family and friend type business, and yeah.
And Z-Fish is like, oh, you want to raise me? Let's really put some chips in. 1,500 to go.
Big Gay Al's eyes are wide open now.
Last time I played with you, it was just a little startup.
He's not a fan of the 4-bet. If only he were animated, right? We could get Big Gay Al to give off some tells tonight. Unfortunately, he is going to stay wide-eyed and bushy-tailed all night long because that's how Big Gay Al rolls.
Probably. I can't pull deuces, man. No, they're hard. They're hard. You know, it's hard to make a pair, bro. Exactly. You know, he don't have
See that button is right on top of the scanner there too. Hopefully that'll get the card scan. There you go. JD just says, I'm going to move it. These are RFID cards, so those little bullseye-looking circles in front of the players are where they will scan their cards. Dealers try to do their best to pitch them right around there as they're dealing.
Ace-7 suited for Spooky, good enough for a limp in the hijack. And Scott improved by a pip here. Now Ace-King in the cutoff makes it 400 to go.
All the aces are gone.
And limp call from Spooky in a dominated position. Scott here in position with...
Uh-oh. There we go.
Flopped pair. Neither player controls a heart. And a very quick c-bet here from Scott. And he'll take it down.
Why you got laying down like that when you bring the chips in? You know, superstitious. Yeah. Don't be looking at the money, man. Don't be looking at the money. You know he's not real, don't you? Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't get it.
You ever watch the show? Have you seen the episodes again?
Have I seen what?
Have you seen what he's done?
No. I mean, I'm just occasional watcher. Okay.
Dates Mr. Slade.
Okay. I need to go back and watch some of those.
There are entire, like, I think I'm on probably close to a decade of South Park that I have not seen.
Probably so. Every now and then, you know, searching for something, I'll see that it's on and just put it on and watch, you know, 10, 15 minutes of it, get a few laughs and go about my business. But Scott was telling me he was excited that there's a new season. So maybe it's a good time to, I feel like with the world right now, there's going to be a lot of good content because the South Park creators do not pull any punches. They don't hold back.
No, and they're so good about the current events too.
Yes.
So going back and watching stuff, you know, from years past is like, you know, nostalgia. Z-Fish drills the wheel on the turn, doesn't get to put in the check raise as Bobby does not bet.
God dang it, are you serious?
Bobby does pay it off with the pair of fours on the river.
I called you with a pair of fours.
Are you serious?
It doesn't understand why he's not good there, but
no respect.
no respect for the Frenchman.
Have you seen the
I think Holly's just came by.
Yeah, Brandon, we always recommend doubling down on the 9 deuce, the 8 threes, 7 fours.
I told you I'm in no mood to be folding today.
I hear you.
I mean, you just got there.
I stay away from the blackjack table though, so I'll let you have it.
Yeah, blackjack is one of my least favorite games to play if I'm going to play a table game.
Right?
Well, you gotta keep Scott honest.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm keeping everybody honest tonight. I hope I got enough money with me to keep everybody honest.
I don't know if he's got enough money to keep running.
I may have to borrow some money.
Not right now.
All right, our first Z-World sighting.
You would have got me heated
Oh, you would have been so
bad. For life.
Yeah.
Comes a raise.
Yeah.
A very modest 3-bet from out of position here, but it doesn't matter the size. Ace-4 is a raise with fold.
Direct access to the 635 express lane. So I can just go direct to the express lane and then just like it spits me out right. So I'm like, okay, great. It takes me 8 minutes here.
Probably played at tables the most with
Sometimes it's like perfect. You know, it's just like that.
David there, but I've definitely played with a handful of these guys. Spooky even will show up on a 1-2 table every now and then, or 2-5 game.
Those I'm not.
Usually wait till like 5 minutes.
For the value being there. I try to stay away from the really crazy ones. Just super DJ. The lines also, and just like that makes sense.
Under the gun open here with the queen for JD.
I have 4-7, so if the 6 comes in, let's go. Were they suited? I can't tell you that. Did you ask if I was suited? No, it called me 150.
Spooky, the only defender so far, and Scott out of the way, so heads up to a flop, we shall go.
On the flop. Fair. 7-4, you would call with 7-4 for 100 more. Stop.
I know, but
One overcard, JD's queen, but Spooky nowhere near that's no diamond in sight.
If you're trying to make money, that's not the place to go.
He's still gonna check raise though. And JD has the queen of spades for a little bit of backdoor equity, and it's a very small check raise, so he's gonna make the call.
Yeah, for starting a roll, it's probably not the best investment.
And just about as close to a nothing burger check raise for Spooky. Let's see if he picked up any equity on the turn when we take a peek at it here in a moment.
There it is.
He did indeed, which has inspired him to continue betting. And for $600, he's getting the queens into the muck. Let's go, Spooky.
Kind of hoping he'd show it so JD could tell him that he's not going to make a lot of money trying to bluff into the J Diggles, but he got that one through.
Sure did. Yeah. The 7, just a pretty good card for him, right? He's going to defend the straddle with some 8-6s and such, or some, excuse me, 5, 6. I don't know about the check raise. I don't know. Yeah, just a turn card that obviously never improves JD's holdings. And some check raises may have just gotten there.
Yeah,
Handsome Andy, Doug, you guys out there playing tonight at Texas Card House? Over there in Las Colinas or over here in Dallas? I didn't see either one of you in the room. Brandon, where you at tonight, buddy?
No, he was 61. Yeah, I know for sure.
So Danny opens the low jack. It's called 4 ways, but nobody spikes an ace here. It's a turn bet. The case 8 comes out.
You're like, please somebody have an ace or a queen or something here. Spades, anything.
Yeah, I mean, it checked through on the flop, so Danny's got to imagine that he's now trying to get value from a queen or the spades that you talked about. Maybe something like a 10-jack for a double gutty, but 550, yeah, easily takes this one down given the holdings.
300, 600 bucks, just like that.
Free money heading Danny Mark's way.
With Squadouche, you know, he ain't anything. Come on, stop.
Bobby's always got a lot to say.
He does.
That's why I checked until
I feel like I pick up a new redneck saying every night that he plays, and I'm here for it.
I mean, I caught up.
Sleazy E.
That's right.
Picking up sleazy saying.
Just picking up some sleazy sayings, some foot in mouth moments.
Oh, that was good. I'll never forget that.
I won't either, because we were just silent. That was greatness. Greatness.
Yeah. All right, a couple of 6s for Z-Fish. He'll make the call. The original raiser here, David, out of the hijack with the jack, 8 of clubs. Middle set for Z-Fish. Danny flops a gutty in backdoor clubs.
Brandon Feld, first day.
And don't have as many lights. You notice he just partial? Because, man, when it all lights up green and shit, I'm just like, I kind of like, man, are those spades or hearts?
you're looking
Yeah,
down.
I mean, it really.
I swear they change sometimes.
Yeah.
The light changes.
Well,
and
they
I'm
did. I know, right?
like, "You got hearts now."
Right. It's so good for me.
There's the lights. Yeah, there's not less lights, but I think they react a little
there's the green.
different off the kind of darker colors here versus that kind of crisp blue we used to have on the table. I think it just was a little too crazy sometimes for the players if the lights were really bright on them. But one change we did make, which hopefully will make y'all happy, the last few streams we've had the yellow lettering there under the players' names with it was like yellow and white. And so we've gone back to red here. So hopefully on your phones and on your TV screens you can see the chip counts and everything a lot better. I just now was noticing that because I was like, man, that's been brutal to look at yellow and white together for a few nights. So glad the team made those changes. Looks a lot better.
Yeah, white on black and white on red, just such good contrast. It's really the way to go.
All right. SeaWorld waking up with a beautiful suited queen jack.
And yeah,
come along.
Facing the big blind open, yeah, happy to just play in position here. Doesn't need to sort of reopen the pot, get 4-bet out of the hand with a hand like queen jack of diamonds. And what a brilliant flop here, up and down, 2 overcards, back to diamonds, everything here for SeaWorld.
Yeah, and I always play bad when I'm running bad. Goes hand in hand.
JD though, second pair top kicker, he will go for the check call, of course. And wow, spicy turn card here. Trip 9s for JD and the flush draw, super combo draw for SeaWorld.
Absolutely. It's 12 outs, too many outs though.
Well, the question of too many outs is
meaning that they don't hit, right? When you have too many, it seems like they don't hit, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, before we even get to seeing those, we're going to have what is very likely going to be a check raise from JD with 2 flush draws out there. And so we'll really just have to see what the size is and how SeaWorld responds.
Got a smirk. You see that look in the smirk from the J Diggles? Gator on the head. About to bite your head off, young buck.
I mean, anything's in play here, honestly, with the 600 going in. I mean, the overbet jam is kind of outside of the bounds, but is doable. JD realizes that, the in-between size is probably best. His hand is just so strong, he doesn't want to price out the flush draws. Makes it 1,800 to go. And if called, SeaWorld will have something around 2/3 pot remaining, I think. Maybe half pot remaining, so JD can try to get the rest of it on the river.
From yesterday? Yeah. No.
Yeah, ace and 10 of diamonds are not in play here. 12 good outs for SeaWorld.
Who made most money?
God, you just love it when you have a combo draw.
Oh yeah, he's good. Yeah, but there were a couple of key hands where he got the better of it. It could have went the other way. Who was the other one?
Here's the call from SeaWorld, and yeah, 2,400 back with 4,330 in the middle. SeaWorld needs to find a clean
I'd say he won or just lost just a little.
improvement, and that's not it.
One hand was 300.
Dina doing work. Giving us that spicy one.
Rampage called him with pocket jacks. He ships it all in with ace king.
Me and Eric, honestly, we were both in the box in the booth for 7+ hours last night, and we're right back at it. Thanks for being here.
Oh my God.
Crazy.
Yeah, Rampage was a big winner. I remember that.
What an incredible super cooler river card here. SeaWorld gets there, and JD got there even better.
Yeah, when he turned over his hand, you could see JD's eyes light up like, wow, like what a hand you had too. Like could have been A lot of bad rivers for me, but
100, 200.
there were
You
a
know,
lot of clean ones,
get a
and
billionaire in the game.
that was clean for JD, but dirty for Z World.
You know, I mean, come on.
Yeah, everything that isn't the ace or the 10 of diamonds.
For a game like that, that's
Yeah, well, then he quit early.
Even like the 10 of diamonds, right? Z World probably is going to be like, oh God, you know, when JD goes all in, like, what on earth do I beat now? And so that's probably like actually a card that he can get away from. So yeah, it's pretty much exactly the ace of diamonds where he just gets super felted.
You know what? Thanks, Danny. You know what? I haven't played a tournament.
A couple new names there, Cutting Up and Michael Jones. Welcome Albert, and yeah, we had a long night, early morning commentating, but we're back again and having fun. This is the one we love doing too, the big game on Tuesday nights here in Dallas.
Yeah. But I don't think I'm going to go for the whole series this year.
Yeah, man, I can't. I don't have enough time off.
If you're interested in playing in this, there's a link right there in the chat. Throughout the night, you'll see other links to some of the other clubs, but there's the link for the Dallas live stream if you're interested in playing in it. Oh, wow. Hello.
The fumbled flop, and there's just, oh, another 10 waiting to come out.
Yeah, we see 2, and it's like, what are the odds another one comes out?
Albert H hasn't been playing poker, needs to play again. Well,
come on, Albert.
That's true. That's true.
Harm doesn't stop anybody.
Yeah.
I almost bluffed Harvey off a boat on stream one time.
Yeah, I almost saw that.
Cutting Up played at a small TCH. Which TCH is that?
Yeah, which TCH
It
is
would have worked off stream.
considered small, because they're normally the biggest card rooms in the state of Texas.
Maybe not now. Back then, off stream. Yeah,
Yeah.
he probably folds free pump off stream, I guess. I don't know.
Were they all?
Albert is a smart man.
So stream has their fun.
Well, good luck on that. I still haven't bought my first one, and yeah, probably a good time to be loading up on the ladder there.
I did 5K, by the way.
Yeah. I did only need 150.
How much did you put out there?
Spooky gets one through for
See, that's the number. Now you know. Now the number,
Win.
250, they all fold, like little girls.
as we are a little over 2 orbits in. JD up 3,800 courtesy of the coolering of Z World, who is down 1 buy-in at 5K.
You don't see her over at LC? Maybe she's over here.
Three players will take off a flop. Excuse me, just 2. And Danny nearly exposed his hand there. I'm not sure if he was trying to or if it just kind of got stuck to his thumb or whatever, but cards almost flipped over.
Yeah, Albert, this is a match the stack game. Buy-ins ranged, you know, probably in this game it's usually 2,500 is the min up to the 5K starting stack. A couple players bought in for 4. I think Spooky bought in for 41. But yeah, it is a match the stack game, so Z World is just bought back in for a fresh 5K.
Yeah, my navigation wasn't taking.
Doug saves up for 2 months, YOLOs it all on red, and when he wins, just buys crypto. I like it.
I got yelled last time I 3-bet, so I won't do it.
I am not going to ask which of the 13,000 shitcoins he likes to invest in, but I used to try to find the next crypto and put a decent amount of money into it to hope that it would blow up. The 2 times I've done that, it's gone straight to 0.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn it! I didn't even know that happened. I just thought everybody wins. Damn.
There's a lot of cryptos that have gone to 0.
Can I get 4 bucks?
Plenty along the way that have had their time in the sun, and some are still shining, others are not. But yeah, the ones that I picked did do so good. No, not another XRP person. Oh, God. Danny here, all in with the ace-9 suited. JD rejams his ace-king, and Bobby calls it off.
One time.
Oh, yeah, okay. Danny did not.
Danny
stuff
folded,
in there with ace. And I was like, I don't know how that happened, but Danny's here to gamble. No, he's not.
Yeah, Danny hadn't had a sip of wine yet, so we won't put that on him just
That
yet.
was you, apparently.
That one is me.
Okay.
There's a winner there.
Burgundy over
This
here.
one's winning.
I was like, I'm
Yeah.
She moved forward.
No free rolls in sight. It is a chop from the flop.
Yeah. The case ace from space. We had a fun case ace from space hit last night in the live stream. If y'all didn't watch the way that tournament kind of ended, maybe just watch about when it gets down to 4 or 5 players. But man, there were some spicy hands to finish off that season finale of the Trailblazer main event there. Of course, the Trailblazer event's still going on through the 14th, Aaron. Did you get after anything today?
Well, the problem with playing tournaments when I have the live stream is that I would have to intentionally dust off my stack or just abandon it to come and do my job here. So I don't play tournaments on Tuesdays. I didn't play yesterday either for the same reason. So no, had to miss out on some fucking crazy pineapple and Big O and whatever that was running yesterday. A little bit sad about that, but tomorrow is the one that I'm really looking forward to, the one that I always look forward to, the Deuce to 7 single draw tournament for the Trailblazer Tour here at TCH Social in Austin. If you like to play Deuce to 7 single draw and you're around here, that's the tournament to play. Come on down. I'll see you there.
Wow, we got a big hand brewing here. We got an ace king and an aces.
That's a Super Pro week, so they gave you a call.
2 players who haven't played much against each other, but it doesn't really matter when you have these 2 holdings.
Yeah, so 4-bet incoming from Danny, and then we'll see if Bobby wants to play a 5-bet pot or just call and play out of position with birds.
If I can hopefully get him 17.
I'm all in.
Bobby ships it in a quick call from Danny, and Danny is up against one hand that he really doesn't want.
Whatever he wants to do.
6 times.
Danny wants to run it 6 times.
I wouldn't want to run it 6 times. I would want to run
goodness.
it 1 time. If you're gonna win, you're gonna only hit it once.
It indeed was all going in on the flop anyhow, just like Bobby said, but what a hand there.
Wow, that's a super cooler if I've ever seen one.
Couple big hands to start off the stream. Z-World going to the felt once, and now Danny Marks is going to have to double up Bobby here.
I figured it had to be good.
Now you're like, oh shit. I was way out of line.
And I'm
Doesn't matter how I played that. I'm going in on the top.
What are we playing by?
5, 10, 25.
And we do have a full table now as John H. has joined us. So yeah, like Aaron was mentioning, that Trailblazer event in Austin is still going on through the 14th. Get on the schedule there to check it out on the website. You can get all the dates of the remaining events going on. We did the main event already, but a lot of fun events still going on down there in Austin. Beautiful new room, restaurant, bar, kind of a sports bar feel, and all the pictures and videos I've seen of it make me a little jealous. We have a beautiful room here, but that Austin social room is the creme de la creme in the state of Texas when it comes to poker rooms.
He got some sleep. He's glowing.
I don't think you'll find a nicer one, you know, outside of a casino in the entire country.
Yeah,
I don't care what state or where you're in, that TCH social room is the nuts.
Truth.
You gotta actually go out.
Everybody rescan?
No, one fell in my
They do that whenever they go.
What's going on, Rebel Poker and Phony Turgeson?
They go, all right, everybody rescan. That can't be right.
Oh, getting these big premium hands. Here we go. Queens for the J. Diggles.
No. No.
You what?
I was saying if everyone wants to play PLO,
He's a PLO pro, man. But yeah.
You didn't sell it well.
I don't think PLO pro.
John's trying to get everybody to play PLO.
Okay, you can't just come in hot.
He's like, I just been running good.
Sales pitch fails.
PLO seems so easy. They say, y'all want to play PLO?
I play bad because I play bad against Ron. Okay. You can't ever be that far
All right, John, next time you're like,
He's like, you can't ever be that far
you're
behind.
just like, I hate PLO, I hate poker.
That is true.
Don't play PLO. When John's running bad, that's when I'm like, yeah, we don't, I don't. Run good on them. Run good on the bad
never be that far behind, you know?
That's the problem.
Yeah, but if you're running good, then it doesn't matter how.
I'm just enough far behind that I put all my money in. See, that's not good.
Yeah, and then bink.
John's just like, you're live, what?
It's so easy when you bink. Yeah, just bink it. Bink it on the river.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Now it sounds like a great
Scoop the six-way all-in for 3,000 pot that you see in our rooms.
Oh, I need you always alive. I need you always alive. In this game, I'm fucking dead most of the time you guys get me.
This is the most I've heard John talk.
It really is.
Sounds like he's got a lot of
He does love that shirt, though.
He called this. I said, oh, you haven't been running that good. He goes, oh, you talking about this little game?
Yeah, John does a little
Yeah, but he's a super
creating there. I think he's got a little style or a fashion brand of his own. Big flop here for those threes, all diamonds, but Spooky flopping bottom set.
Super. Change the lights on me. I can't see.
Yeah, kind of a sketchy board, though. All diamonds. Nobody has a diamond. Nobody
even
has a king, let alone a pair. So he's
I was drawing dead on the turn, brother.
just making money because David is bluffing.
I was kind of live. Not really.
Yeah, then he outs your live. That's
Check, turn, and nothing on the end. Spooky's almost obligated to bet now.
Oh, of course.
And David with just ace high.
I mean, Harvey probably folds
Not
every
long for the world.
street there. He never gets there. He's already out. He's already folding. Yeah. Free flop. Yeah. Free flop. Yeah, every street.
I just told him how great a player he was.
Then I just get it in dead.
Snap dead.
Yeah, I said, do you play like Harvey? He goes, no. I said, do you play like Harvey? He goes, no, he's way better.
I think so.
It's easy to look like a good player when you win 30,000.
I mean, I say that David is just out of there, but he is thinking this one over.
You legit have the nuts.
Ace high, no diamond. This would be a pretty big hero call, and to go for the big raise here would be pretty spicy. He is going to go for it, but Spooky's just on a flopped set. Like, I mean, this man could never fold.
Am I getting punked here? I mean,
It's just going to be one of those, if you got it, you got it things. I'm calling.
they're not going to give you any money for this.
We rigged the deck.
That's what we should do. Next time a new guy plays the one, just be like, all right, guys, this was a joke. It was so funny. Yeah. Just have the camera set up. It's so funny, but
Just give all the money back.
April Fools.
Wow, Spooky goes all in. I think that's a pretty bold play.
That is super bold.
If your opponent has a wheel, I don't know that they're pulling. Like, there's only a few hands that have improved on that river that are going to put the rest of the money in, and those ones beat you. I think it's just the wheel and whatever the 5-6 or whatever it is. Yeah.
Went with the gut or the live tell and didn't just pick off the bluff. He smashed it.
Curb stomped the bluff.
Curb stomped the bluff.
Ooh,
baby, baby.
Rebel Poker says he's got 2 weeks, Aaron, to grind out 5K playing poker. Gonna have to keep his bluffs to a minimum or get them all through. That's the other option.
Yeah.
Pick your spots.
Shit, man, those are the only pots I can win these days. Are the ones
For
I've
real.
bought.
Oh, man. It sounds so easy when you put it like that, right? Just 384 a day. That's what makes me keep coming back to this dadgum room when I'm running bad.
The queens and the queen jack have really been, the queen jack of diamonds in particular, have really been making
Yeah, he didn't have any fishes. I got that.
a run here. So we squeeze up to 600. Bobby is like, no, I limped for a reason, and that reason. Oh, he's just making change. Never mind. I was like, this man is like hard set on a call. He was making change for his stablemate there. And Scott gets out of the way. Queen jack of diamonds. Limp. Fold.
Usually he does that shit. He's like, play as he's gonna repop you. But sometimes he just sneaks it in and just folds. Like, he never keeps you guessing.
That's right. You gotta mix it up.
Mix it up.
With the kids. What? What they supposed to do.
It's bluffing garbage again.
You guys want to flip for us?
So you want to have 14 kids.
You're a business guy. Look at you. Let's go. I got you, Dan. I got you.
How much driving, Johnny? That was last year's.
2 kings here for John has got him excited.
No,
And
now wait a minute.
Scott looking at 2 red 10s. That's a little bit dangerous here on the button. He's going to 3-bet it up to 400.
Yes, exactly. Well, it's a prior Thursday. It's a prior Thursday.
See you there. Oh, did he do that?
I showed you one card.
John here buying in a little bit deeper than he does sometimes, coming in late. So doesn't have the super nub to, you know, just sort of 4-bet jam it in.
So much money. But I'll probably get out this summer.
I just have to play 2.
I want to be done with. I want to be done with school.
I don't know that I've ever seen that play. The cut and then the hold the hand. I haven't fully released. Now it's 2,000.
Right.
Half a step.
No, not yet. Not yet. Yeah, maybe just
I feel like Scott's going to get away from this one, but
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Actually, pretty easily, too. I mean, it's a really big 4-bet, let's be honest. Like, 2,000?
That's true.
You're out of position, but that's half your stack. If the man calls, of course you're all in on the flop. Like, he knows that he's going to have to play for all of it. You haven't telegraphed that at all. Yeah, easy fold for Scott. I mean, fantastic for him, right? He loses $400 with pocket 10s against kings. Not a bad result.
not a bad result at all. All right, Houston folks, Rebel Poker going to be down there on the 21st for 9 days. You got 9 days to try to get after Rebel Poker. Should be a good time down there. I will be in Houston myself the week of 13th through the 16th, so I may have to stop by and say hello over at Texas Card House in Houston. Queens are out again.
And JD has had him several times. And Scott is just absolutely getting stepped on here. I mean, once again, behind his suits are covered. We need a clean jack, or Scott is likely to be in a pretty tough spot, especially on a 9-high board. My goodness.
Yeah. Big Gay Al over there might be a queen, but he is looking for a jack.
I always first up, but you can have.
You can have my seat and cover my losses so far.
And this is about as good a flop as you're going to get for jacks, right? Like JD cutoff versus button.
Yeah, here we go. And they fall in. The chips fall. I don't
A little dramatic.
see a fold coming here, but JD's like, what's going on here? What is this pile?
Yeah, it is a big bet, and this is a dirty board for pocket queens. But JD is just going to be like shrug, call, and he's way ahead.
What was it, 400 that was the bet?
I don't know who
And got 10x'd with the raise here.
Dusty has been playing. Yeah, she's good too.
Like, what are JD's better hands? Aces and kings. I mean, he never. Well, maybe. I guess maybe he 3-bet Scott with pocket nines, or even eights at some frequency. But
Deadly. She did lose last time, we think.
Scott does normally run it once too.
Right.
Going okay, man. No, honestly not.
What? What?
That's the second time JD's folded the queens tonight.
What?
And both times it was to an inferior hand. One to a stone cold bluff
Try that shit on me, bro.
from Spooky, and now once from Big Gay Al and Scott.
Oh,
Boys, man, you do not make a lot of money bluffing JD, but two big ones have gotten through tonight.
Oh, man.
Of course, it was small win there for Scott, but he risked it all. JD would have had a monster stack had he made that call, and the queens, of course, had to hold for the turn and river. Wow, Aaron, not what I expected.
I mean, it makes some sense, right? Because you're up against what is traditionally a pretty tight opponent, and the big, like, check, shove, all in. 9-8-5, let's be honest, that's like the worst flop for queens ever, but I don't know, man. Pocket tens, pocket jacks. There's 6 combos of each. I don't know, man. Your opponent only has 6 combos of 9s and 8s, and I don't know if they're checking or if they're calling 5s pre, maybe. I don't know. I just don't know. It's a huge fold, and it obviously we can see the cards, but incredible.
Well, diamonds flopped on this one here for David, but checks through, and Spooky gonna bink the ace on the turn.
And not the way you want to improve with the King 7 on the river. Diamonds and hearts miss. The 7 really shouldn't change anything here. If David has improved to a pair, the King high may have even been good, right? Like if he beats anything at this point. But it's 800 into just about 1100. Yeah, he doesn't love it, but he's going to fold, and that is correct. He can have some jacks that just sort of like roll their eyes and fall here. Doesn't need to do so with the 7.
So eventually we're going to get to see one of those hands and see what's up. Right now, I don't know.
Why they don't put it on the screen?
Right.
Years ago, remember when he first started?
Oh, you
watch it while you're playing, like 15 minutes later.
Is that right? No, that's not good.
Just for a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, I do remember what Spooky's talking about several years ago before I was in here joining you guys, commentating. Sometimes they would actually put the stream behind them. So on the screen, they could watch those hands from 15 minutes ago, and then they could talk shit to each other. That was kind of interesting the way they did it, because they would literally like get after each other about it at the table.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of weird. Like, once you fold it, you're like, let me like a little mystery. Yeah, let me see what's happening.
Look at that. You fold queens right there, JD. Look at you on the screen. Just folding the winner. Of course, the 1 seat, the 9 seat have their back to it, so that was just weird anyway. But
yeah, it made it really kind of. We had the same thing at Austin. They used to put it on the TVs right near the table, so only the players that were in like the 1, 2, 8, and 9 seat could see it. Everyone else had their backs to it, and it was just not fair. And so we
If my king was the king
no
of
longer
spades,
did
then
that.
I would have called. But it was the 8 that was the spade.
Different vibe now at the new spot.
I need the king to be a spade.
And still not putting the live stream up anywhere for the players, which is, in my opinion, as you say, the best.
Oh, yeah. No, I studied that a lot.
Bobby, our big winner at the moment, up 3,500. Danny in Z World stuff to buy in. So we go to hand number 31. Scott folding King Jack O from under the gun. JD opens to 150. Danny 3-betting 6-5 suited, and he's about to get popped.
Danny, how much you putting now?
these two are familiar with each other. Very, very familiar.
Yeah, and Danny getting down to 25.50 behind, starting the hand with 3K. JD here just has an all-in. And 6 high into the muck.
Learning from Scott. Got the old all in.
Yeah, that's it. Learn it. Quick student.
Bluff you when they're all in the middle.
Yeah. Quick study.
That's funny. Scott says they can't bluff you when they're all in the middle. True story. Just get it in. Pray they fold sometimes.
Yeah, the check raise and double barrel on the turn from Spooky earlier, making him fold the queens. Then the check jam on the flop makes him fold queens on a 9-high board. Just savagery going on here tonight against JD with the queens.
Yeah, why do I have a feeling the next time he has queens, he is going to run into the kings or the aces?
Or a set. And just
or a set.
Back and be like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, 6-high flop, and he's just like, I'm not folding here. And Danny is just getting the business tonight from players 3 and 4 betting him.
Are you sure you're not setting a chart? You look like a man who's been setting charts. What are your 3 bets here?
They've been watching your old videos, Danny, when you put clinics on.
Wow, Spooky cold calls the 3-bet.
I could win.
Attaboy. Danny says, I could win. And David says, well, why not?
Yeah, he knows his cards are super live. And flops a gutty and 3 diamonds, but the pocket jacks are still best.
I would love to see a turn.
He would love to see a turn, he says.
Just not that one. He picks up a diamond draw.
Yeah.
Same straight draw that he flopped, but does now pick up the diamond. Spooky with the top pair. And when it checks to David, yeah, he's going to go ahead and take a stab at this.
They were hoping he was going to say, I would love to see a river. He would, just a particular river if he gets called here.
Yeah.
Spooky's had his number.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Runner, 2 pair for Spooky.
And is the blast off, the Benitez blast off, about to happen?
Yeah, maybe if he has a queen in his hand, if he somehow has like a queen X of diamonds, he can stuff it in here. I think this one's a little bit rough. I mean, he does have the deuce, but is that super relevant? I don't know. I mean, if he assumes that his opponent just has something like a weak ace or a good king, like king queen or king jack, he can get that to fold with a river bet, and he does put 2,000 out there. Spooky though, runner, top and middle pair. It's just like the pocket threes from before. It's just like my hand is simply too good to fold.
Yeah, and Spooky ripped it. Didn't just call him, just said, I want all of it. I'm not just calling the 2. I want that other 1655 or whatever he has behind.
You got 3K in chips, Jimmy?
What?
You got 3K?
Yeah.
I can't make it big. I got 3 people behind me.
Yeah, Spooky is just like, I want to play for all of it. Like, I make a good hand, we're going to play for all of it. It doesn't matter what the board looks like. It doesn't matter if, like, there are some hands that beat the shit out of me, and I'm stuffing it in needlessly against them.
Oh, yeah, what happened to yours?
Oh, I like it.
Like I said earlier, call it going with your gut, call it soul read, whatever he's doing. He's wanting it all. He's wanting to play some big pots tonight.
It's sick. That's the power move. Zach, that's what you need. You need
The sickest thing I've ever seen.
Just yanks it out of nowhere. Like,
handheld travel money.
True drug dealer would have.
Hold on, buddy, hold on.
I'll have to get one, I think, just for the
They're only
memes.
$60.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
How can you not buy it? I almost bought like 10 more when everybody loved it just to give them out.
Yeah, guess so.
Heads up, king 10 versus ace 10. And a little bit different flop than what we saw on screen there. Check, though. Quickly to a turn, and Z-Fish here out flopping John is going to win the pot.
The $1 and the 1K is looking.
Yeah, right? I was about to tip him one.
All right, we got 2 Gator fans. Of course, Cutting Up said he had been playing at poker rooms in Florida. I've yet to go out there and check out any of the rooms in Florida. I've seen some of the live streams they do out there, Jacksonville area, and then some of the other casinos that do some streaming, or some of the vloggers that do some stuff out of Florida. But I've yet to go out there to Florida. I definitely hear good things about the Florida poker scene and tournaments that go on out there. But yeah, go Gators. Congratulations to those Florida Gators. Crazy ending to that game last night. Of course, we were in the booth doing a final table, but we could hear the room cheering and kind of tuned in right there at the end to see that crazy finish.
Yeah, I didn't actually see how it finished, but, you know, kind of picked up on the gist of it from what I heard. Unfortunate.
Yeah, if you're a Houston fan, it was pretty ugly the way that their last possession ended, for sure.
The game just look good when we're out there. At least after we got some.
Probably, yeah.
Alex showed up on that after the stream trying to get him, and she was like, deep on the we just caught up for him.
All right, Spooky getting after it with the dirty diaper, dragging another pot. I know there's probably a couple players on this table that recognize him, but I know a lot of these players probably haven't spent much time at tables with him, so he might be like, wait a minute. Who's this new guy coming in and taking all our chips? But yeah, Spooky has been around and plays all over the place. Like I said, I've seen him on some other streams down there in the Austin area and playing around here. Splashed around with him a few times at some 1-2 and 2-5 tables, but he is comfortable playing at any stakes. So I was excited to see him on here tonight because it's been a minute.
high school.
Well, if he's it, I guess he's not there.
Fuck no, you can pull it. I can't beat you.
Yeah, you can. You're like, it's gonna be in school too.
Ryan made it to the cash tables. Let's go. Good luck.
All right, I got
Yeah, how does she feel about doing all that?
Cutting up didn't like the hourly pay. You'd rather get raked? No.
Yeah, it'll take you 3 months of playing in these hourly games, and you'll realize that rake is absolute trash. But that's for another time. I won't ever play in a room that takes rake.
I know. It's ridiculous. Like every pot you win is smaller than it should be. And whether you can actually like wrap your brain around that or not, like that's the truth. Rake is
Like,
the
this
worst.
is the perfect match because she thinks more like I do with relationships and stuff.
All right, only 3 losers and down a buy-in or more are all 3 of them.
Yeah, 36 hands in.
Everybody else is I was raised Jewish. I had bar mitzvah, but
Get you water or something. Cool water. Keep it fresh.
never really stuck with it.
I think just get through school.
Figure it out. See what you end up. Yeah, you don't have to decide right now.
5-10 quarter 50 has been on for pretty much every hand here, I'd say. As of late. And with a raise to 150, we are going to get a defend from David in the straddle with the 2 sailboats, and it's a flop straight draw versus the 4th pair effective.
Yeah.
I get there at 12:30.
You get all the time.
And then I'm gonna stay the night there because we play from 3 to like 8, and then we're gonna go.
Gotta feel good for Danny, dragging chips his way instead of shipping them across the table.
Oh yeah.
Get his night back on track. He was pretty much right there with JD and some of those other guys that stapled weekly on our live streams here on Tuesday nights. But I know he went back to working full time.
And how long did they generally go?
This is a flip, so
So just hasn't been on as much. Yeah, I would definitely come play tournaments in Florida more than anything. I generally don't enjoy giving my money to casinos. I'd rather give it to players or take their money. But yeah, you will not see bigger 1-2 games anywhere than you will here in the state of Texas because no money leaves the table. So we've had a lot of players buy in for $300 and leave with $6 to $10 grand.
Is your video frozen or is it just me?
Video's frozen.
Okay, well, I'm not alone then. And yeah, we're super frozen here. Uh-oh, I can see you now. Well, presumably we're still live and everyone can hear us. I don't know what just happened to our video feed, but we're going to need to chat with production and see what on earth is going on because somehow we just died. But bear with us, everybody. We'll try to get things sorted out. Any news over there, Eric?
No.
Oh, okay. So let's just take a quick moment here to recap as Coop comes in to try to get things sorted out. We've had a couple of decent big hands here. The biggest showdown, I guess, really between what JD. No, I guess. Wait. Now I can't even remember the biggest hands. JD's just been folding queens all night, and that's all I can think of when I think of JD.
Bobby and Danny got the ace king and the aces tangled up there.
That's right. Yeah. Well, let's see. Cutting up says the 1-2 is playing really loose. That is the thing. Like the 1-2 games here in Texas now with a 500 cap at all the TCH locations, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
it's almost kind of merged a lot of the things down, right? There used to be these sort of 1-3 games with 1K caps and maybe match the stack, maybe not, that played just a little bit bigger, but that was back when the max buy-in was 300, and there was much more of a difference between the 1-2 and the 1-3 game, or the 2-5, right? And now it's just, I don't know, it's just 1-2 all the way down. There's every once in a while some 2-5, but I don't know what Kate is alluding to, but once again, we are just trying to get the video feed figured out here, trying to understand exactly what has gone awry here.
Yeah.
Try to get things back up and running as soon as we know what the issue is.
Yeah, we got the ability to go up live on a different streaming platform if need be. So we're gonna give it a couple minutes to troubleshoot and then go to that. But I'm guessing that everybody else out there is seeing a black screen. Nothing at all. So yeah, bear with us here for a moment, guys and gals.
Yeah, unfortunate when we have these technical issues. We've been certainly in contact with the folks that run the different services, right? We've got the RF Poker guys that put together the software for the table and everything, and then we've also got Restream, who we use to actually get the video up to our different platforms. And of course, everything has to talk together well and play nice, and it doesn't always happen, unfortunately. Lately, we've been struggling with a lot of that, so sorry for that, guys.
Yeah,
gals.
We got some of the folks back from last night. Got Leaf Sanders. Thank you for the compliments. I don't care where they're coming from. I will take those compliments.
Damn right.
Yeah, we can't see. So yeah, everybody's kind of dealing with what we're dealing with now. Well, yeah, again, we were talking about some of those bigger hands. So we had the Z World and JD hand, obviously, that was pretty crazy there. With the diamonds on the river, JD boating up, and then we had the Danny hand, Ace King versus the Aces. I'm trying to think what other the big ones that we had. We did get a big bluff through. Of course, he thought he wasn't bluffing there, but Scott got the jacks all in against JD's queens
on a 9-high flop.
On a 9-high flop, yeah, and just like we said earlier, you just don't make a lot of money bluffing JD. He's kind of a known player, even cutting up here from Florida, saying that he's pretty familiar with those guys, with JD and some of these players. So worth meeting him. Yeah, he plays a lot of cash games over at the Las Colinas location. That probably would have been a better spot for you to run into him over there at the Las Colinas locations, just 7 to 10 miles down the road. But yeah, our production team is on this right now, guys. So if you guys have stuff going on, you might want to check back in just a few minutes. Thanks for hanging in there with us. Feel free to ask us any questions. But yeah, this is just one of those unforeseen tech difficulties that we deal with. And we are not trying to be podcasters. We're trying to do color commentary. That is for sure.
Yeah, but the podcast is live, and
it
is. We do what we will.
Yep.
So yeah, let us know if you have any questions. Well, let's see. What do we got coming up here? That the WSOP is not too far away. I mean, we are less than 2 months away from the kickoff of the WSOP, and so many players sort of build up for that each and every year, right? It's going out there. It's the poker mecca. It's time to go and try to win a bracelet or whatnot. What do you think, Eric? Is the dream of winning a bracelet out at the WSOP, is that something that has always appealed to you, that does appeal to you, or is it just kind of a little bit of a novelty at this point? What do you think? Oh, well, I seem to have lost my co-commentator, at least for a moment, and probably working on some of the technical stuff. Well, why don't you guys let me know in the chat, what do you guys think? I personally, the dream is still alive to win a bracelet. At this point, I'd take just a final table at a big event out there, honestly, but winning the bracelet would be a pretty incredible accomplishment.
No, I
And
agree, Aaron, and we're going to get back to this topic. So we're actually going to go to our other version of this so we can still get this on YouTube. So we're going to end this stream now. So it's going to cut out. We're going to re-put up a new link. So it'll pop back up on YouTube as a new link for the same stream that we've been watching so we can get you guys and gals back to the action. So we're going to end this one right now, and we will be back within just a few minutes as we get our other streaming platform up. So again, sorry guys and gals for putting y'all through this, but we're going to get this